Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about the recently released Earth Defense Force 6 on Steam, and this game has been getting absolutely review bombed, and for one very big reason. So right on the right hand side of the Steam store page where we see notices like Deck Verified or De Novo, we see this one right here. Requires third-party account, Epic Online Services. So this person here says, just play Earth Defense Force 5. Game is plagued by desync issues on multiplayer for both enemies and teammates. Start of the game is slow and pacing is awkward. Frequent crash to desktops and freezes. Epic achievements pop-ups kill controller inputs. And then this one right underneath. I love the previous Earth Defense Force games. This one looks absolutely amazing too. But no way in heck am I getting a effing Epic account to play multiplayer, which is the core of the game. Now, fortunately, it appears the developers are actually listening. There's a post over on their community page here, and it says regarding the specification that requires sign in to Epic Games account. And here is the full message. Thank you for your feedback on Earth Defense Forces 6. I thought it was Force, or maybe it's even subscribed to Mr. Sujano. I don't know, I get these things wrong all the time. Anyways, the EDF 6 development team for Steam is reviewing and planning changes to the specification that requires sign-in to Epic Games account, which has received the most feedback. At this time, we are unable to provide specifics on how much time this will take, but we will continue to work on it as we address the feedback we have received. Now, I haven't had the chance to play Earth Defense Force 6 yet, but if you have, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. How is the game? How is the online functionality? How is the Epic integration, and is it being blown out of proportion, or is it completely justified? But moving on, and next up is a quick heads up if you've got a Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 CPU in your phone. Yesterday we talked about brand new Mesa Turnip drivers, and today there is brand new Mesa Turnip drivers for the Adreno 735 GPU. It appears this driver is working very well. This person says just tested on Pokemon Scarlet, and the game now works without problems, no visual glitches, and great performance. And Ken confirms Sudachi works better now. They tested 3 games out and they said they all work buttery smooth. Next up, we're talking about some stuff that's popped up on YouTube. And the first thing on the docket is Astro Bot. If you're looking forward to this game, I think it comes out in September and is exclusive to the PlayStation. 8 minutes of gameplay footage has surfaced, and I'll drop a link to this video in the description below. The reception for this one seems to be pretty good. That's a Mario Galaxy inspired level select screen for sure. Not that I mind, it fits the setting. The game is so beautiful, I can't wait to play it. And Game of the Year incoming. That might be a stretch, but you never know. Next, Amazon has just posted the Like a Dragon Yakuza teaser trailer. If you were excited about this upcoming show that premieres in October, you might be excited about this trailer. If you didn't know about this one, let me know your thoughts about the trailer in the comments below. Based on the comments on that video, it appears people are going to have very high standards, and I don't blame them. This person flat out says you have no rights to mess this up. Next up, we're quickly talking about the Google Pixel 9 series of phone. Now, the Pixel 9 has kind of been Google's worst kept secret. Yes, we all knew it was coming after the Pixel 8. And yes, Google has teased it a little bit, but not to this extent. There's been leaks left, right, and center. We know the specs, we generally know the pricing of this thing, and we also now know what it looks like in physical format. There's a 19-minute video here on YouTube that I'll drop a link to in the description below. Now in this video, they do not turn on the phone. So it's basically 19 minutes of looking at it. And speaking about looking at stuff, next up we're talking about the unofficial PC port of Spiderman 2 that has been a result of the Insomniac leaks. Anyways, this game looks better and better. The Brazilian team working on this thing keeps improving things. And there's a video here comparing the PC version against the PS5 version. Now, after seeing that video, in some cases, I would say the PC version looks better than the PS5, and in some cases, the PS5 looks better than the PC version. This whole thing is crazy considering the PC version is an unofficial port. And speaking about fan-made stuff, next up we're talking about F3 2024. For those who may not be aware, F3 2024 is basically E3 but for fan games and mods. If you are curious about this one, there's a 42-minute video that just dropped on YouTube. I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. It's 42 minutes of pure awesome. I mean, there's announcements in here for Bowser's Fury Online, Super Mario, Star Fox, Zelda, and even more. And thankfully, if you scroll down to the comments, the pinned one here has all of the timestamps. And yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff here. It's worth watching and worth checking out. If you've seen this, let me know your favorite upcoming thing in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about the Xbox 360 Marketplace, and this is a friendly heads up. I don't know if friendly is the right word. It's a heads up that the Xbox 360 Marketplace is closing down tomorrow. Now, we've talked about this one in previous videos. It should be no surprise to anyone here. But at the same time, it's just a reminder that today is the last day to pick up some games at a significant discount. For example, Devil May Cry 4 here is 90% off. Devil May Cry HD Collection is 90% off. Dead Island is, where is it? Here it is 95% off. And Dead Island Riptide, 95% off. Dead Rising, 90% off. You can see the overall theme here, and it's basically a now or never. Microsoft says it's important to know that this change will not affect your ability to play Xbox 360 games or DLC that you have already purchased. Xbox 360 game content previously purchased will still be available to play. I don't know how long this is going to be applicable for, but for now it seems like it's pretty safe. And speaking about purchases, next up we're talking about Sega, and this one is wild. Sega has announced they're going to be acquiring another company for about $141 million. And the company here is Stake Logic. For some context here, Stake Logic is best known for its online slots and live casino games. So I don't know where Sega's going with this one, but at the same time here, this is a very big purchase. Now, I might have an unpopular opinion about this one, but I would have rather Sega just spent the money to develop good video games as opposed to buying this online gambling stuff. I mean, last year, Sega bought Rovio for $775 million, so you add $775 million to this $141 million, and you're pushing $1 billion. Imagine what $1 billion would have done for game development. Next up, we're quickly talking about Xbox again, and this time about Xbox Game Pass. Now, Xbox Game Pass was having an outage issue on July 26th that's carried over for a while for some people. And Xbox support has just announced users should no longer be seeing issues with Game Pass. Thanks for reporting this to us, and happy gaming. So it took them about 2 days to fix it. Next up, we're quickly talking about CTGP Deluxe, which is the biggest Mario Kart 8 Deluxe mod, and it's now available. I'll drop a link to this website in the description below in the event that you're interested in learning more about it. They say race on custom tracks, listen to an all-new soundtrack, enjoy brand new features, and have fun. Welcome to a new proud member of the CTGP family of Mario Kart mods. Now, they do say you need a modded Nintendo Switch to play CTGP Deluxe, and this mod is massive, so version 1.0.0 just dropped. The download size is 2.99 gigs, and the unpacked size is 3.5 gigabytes. And speaking about downloads, next up we're talking about a brand new game for the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis, and it's Hayotos Journey. And this one's up over on itch.io. So in this game, you play as Hayato, the last descendant of the great Hayato, a legendary member of the dragon family that fought against the evil warlocks centuries ago. And if you are curious about gameplay, Video Game Esoterica has about an 8-minute video showcasing this game in action. The game itself looks pretty good and also very difficult. And speaking about game names I've probably pronounced wrong but have tried my best. Next up, we're talking about Katawa Shoujo. I butchered that one, I bet. Anyways, this one is just arriving on Steam after a very long time. If you wanted to learn more about this whole thing, there's a video on YouTube, and I'll drop a link to this one as well in the description below. It's titled The Hentai Game That Broke 4chan. And also, from my understanding, there's 2 different versions of the game, one on Steam and one on itch.io. The itch.io, I think, is the adult version of this game. Now, to be honest with you, these kind of games are not my cup of tea. I don't play them, but at the same time, I was pinged a whole bunch about this, so I'm assuming a lot of people are excited about it, and more people talk about it, the more people who want me to talk about it, well, it ends up making the news. Let me know your thoughts about this style of game in the comments below. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and the one fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.